guys, how's everyone doing today? So I'm going to be doing a get ready video for you guys, quarantine edition of course, because none of us are really going anywhere. The farthest place we're probably going is what? The food, like the food market or something. So yeah, so it's going to be a very simple get ready with me, but yeah, what am I doing here right now? So I just got out of the shower, and from you guys probably saw a little before, I took my hair out of my little towel and I'm brushing my hair out with my brush. And okay, finally I finished brushing my hair, and that can actually be so tiring. So I'm drinking some green tea, and also drinking green tea because newsflash for you guys, my wisdom teeth have been hurting so bad. So green tea actually helps with any type of inflammation in your gums. So in case any of you guys have any of those problems, drink some green tea with lemon. So I am putting my hair back right now with my hair tie just to keep it out of my face and stuff like that. And what I'm going to be doing right now is I'm going to prep my face for my makeup. So first thing I use is this glycerin and rose water toner. I rave about this toner like crazy. I absolutely love it. It hydrates your face so well. And I do not have a cotton swab, so that's why I'm making those weird faces. I am using my fingers, which is fine. You can use your fingers, cotton swab, paper towel, whatever you have. So I'm just using my fingers right now, and I'm going to spread that all over my face. This stuff is so, so good. If you have dry skin, this is literally going to be your best friend. It leaves your skin super, super soft and hydrated. And not to mention, it makes your makeup look super, super glowy, especially if you're trying to get a glowy look, is what I'm trying to achieve. And now I'm going to be using my Dove moisturizer. I love this moisturizer if you need more of a hydration to your skin. And like I said, if you're trying to get a glowy look to your makeup, use that moisturizer. It's really, really good. You can get it at CVS, Walmart, wherever. But here I am just spreading it all over my skin. And I'm going to using this hydro acid. I honestly can't remember the name of it, so I will like put it down in my description box. But I'm putting this oil slash serum. I think it's a serum. Putting it all over my face. It helps with acne and anything like that. And I was adding chapstick as well. But now I'm going in with my new Maybelline Radiant Skin Foundation and with my beauty blender. This is a new foundation, and I've been using it maybe for like a week now consistently. I love it. It is so, so good. If you just want to have like a healthy looking glowy skin plus coverage, you guys need to get this foundation. I think it's like $10, $11 at CVS, Walmart. Um, Wherever, like any kind of like big like Target, Walmart, they definitely have it. It's such a good foundation. I really, really like it, and I'm gonna be doing a review video on it probably soon. But yeah, I'm just putting that all over my skin, as you guys can see, with my beauty blender. And I always recommend, well, not recommend, I prefer using a beauty blender. Just leaves your makeup looking less cakey. Actually, it leaves your makeup not looking cakey at all if you use it the right way, which I'll show you guys. But yeah, I'm just showing you guys how my skin turned out. And yeah, now for our next step, we are doing our under eyes. We're brightening up under our eyes, and I'm using my CoverGirl True Blend Concealer. I use this concealer consistently. I love it. It's one of my, actually, it's my favorite. It's my favorite under eye concealer to use, drugstore related. But yeah, I'm just putting a huge damn triangle under my eyes, and I'm going in with my fingers. I prefer going in with my fingers because your fingers help add that full coverage that we are all looking for. And then yeah, I'm just slowly tapping with my fingers, and then any excess concealer, I'm adding it into my lids. But let me know, guys, like, do you guys like this step? This is one of my favorite steps. I find this step the most effective. Like, if your foundation like looks a little dull before you add concealer, every time after you add concealer, your foundation will look like done. So I love, love, love that step. Right here, I am going with my Stay Matte Rimmel powder, and I'm taking this brush and I am lightly tapping in that powder to set my concealer, and then any excess powder, I'm adding that into my lids. Then I'm going in with my airsprun loose powder, which is in the color translucent, and I'm going to take my beauty blender and I'm going to tap my beauty blender into the powder, and I'm going to lightly set this under my eyes. I'm not baking, so I'm not taking a lot of powder. I'm taking very minimal powder, and I'm lightly tapping that under my eyes and just letting the powder melt into the foundation. And what this does, this leaves your concealer bulletproof. So you know, a lot of times like under your eyes, like you'll have creases and your like concealer will just start like running off. This helps with any problem like that. It leaves your concealer to not run off like at all. So I always do this, especially in the summer when it's like super hot and your foundation like melts off or your concealer melts off. This is like the key thing to do. The one step that I will bake is my nose, because my nose is super sensitive, and foundation easily runs off my nose. So 99% of the time I am baking my nose. So I'm just taking a big blob of that Airspun loose foundation or loose powder, and I'm just plopping it like on my nose, and I'm just going to let it sit so it can bake. So yeah. And then I am just taking the rest of that powder, and you guys can see I'm like lightly just tapping with my beauty blender that powder all over my face, and it's just letting it melt into my face. I'm using my beauty blender because I find it more effective rather than a brush, because it helps not build up any more cakiness. And of course, what am I doing here? I'm setting my neck. You have to set your neck. And then I'm just taking that brush and I'm just wiping off if there's any like extra like excess powder left over. And what I'm doing here is I'm taking that beauty blender and I'm just going over and I'm just like tapping again, making sure that there's again no excess powder after I brush it off like with that brush. And this also just makes sure it just makes sure that the foundation stays in place and that it's not cakey. And now I'm doing a little like eyeshadow look. Very simple, just because it's quarantine, like I don't want to do a crazy look, so I'm just doing a very simple neutral look. I'm taking my Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette, and I'm taking this transition shade. It's kind of like a reddish, like brown color, more of a brown color though. And I'm just adding that into my eyelid first. And then I'm taking a flat eyeshadow brush and I'm taking that exact same transition eyeshadow color and I'm just shaping out my eyeshadow. I always prefer to have more of a winged eyeshadow look, kind of like a cat eye slash fox eye. And then I'm just shaping it out as you guys can see, and that is exactly how it turned out. And then I'm going in with this Nautica Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette. I've had this eyeshadow palette forever, and I'm using these two colors. It's like a white shimmer and a like a rose gold shimmer. And I'm adding that in the inner corners of my eyes and just making my way to my eyebrow bridge and adding like that extra powder or eyeshadow. But what am I doing here is finally I'm doing my hair, and I'm using my Oase. I don't know how to pronounce that name or brand, but it is a miracle like heating protecting spray from that brand, and I'm putting that all over my hair. You always have to add heat protecting spray if you are curling your hair, if you are straightening. Honestly, even if you're blow drying, you have to add some type of heat protection to your hair. You do not want your hair to crack. And I've dyed my hair so many times, so many times. So my hair is very damaged. And if I could do little things like this, like I will. And then I'm just taking my brush and I'm just brushing out my hair, making sure all that product was distributed evenly to my hair. And then I'm taking this Garnier Sleek and Shine like hair cream, and this just keeps my hair soft, shiny, and keeps any frizziness from happening. And then what I'm doing here is I'm taking section by section, and I'm starting at my split ends, and then I will slowly make my way to the top of my hair, like to my roots and stuff. And then same thing, I take my brush so I can brush out my hair so everything evenly spreads out. And then I will take my blow dryer, and then I'm going to blow dry my hair. And then I'm going to take my brush, and then I kind of just go like section by section, and I just brush out my hair and blow dry it at the same time to kind of keep my hair smooth, flat, and keep away any knots from forming. Because sometimes when you blow dry your hair all together, just mess it up with your hands, it really leaves knots, so it's not good. So you want to brush it out. And then I'm splitting my hair in half here, getting ready to straighten it, and then I'm tying my one half of my hair to keep it away from the other half. And then this half, I'm also splitting this half in half, if that makes any sense. But I'm taking that top part, as you guys can see, and then I am just gonna turn this into a little bun, and then I'm gonna just like keep it at the top of my head so that those halves are kind of just kept away. So I'm splitting this half right here, and I'm taking my hair straightener. Then I'm taking a comb, and as I'm straightening, I'm brushing with that comb so that it is super flat and straight. And then I'm taking the hair straightener again and doing the same thing, and then I am just doing that with the rest of my hair.